All right. This is Fright Night with Ferocious Fee, and we have Lauren Alina, right? Okay. We have her here tonight. And we're going to be talking with her about what she's been doing and what she's going to be doing in the future, and a lot of stuff about her today. We have Cypher and we also have Fuzzy with us. So we're going to have Cypher do an intro real quick and then move that along.
All right. Well, it's good to be hanging out with all of you again. Lauren, thanks for joining us. Thanks for tolerating our shenanigans for a little bit. Bear with us. I'm sure we'll have a couple weird questions here and there, but yeah,
Totally
should be
fine.
a good time. As far as what I've been doing recently, obviously just playing some games, catching up on some movies. Just got a whole bunch of new records in the mail, so I've been on unboxing chaos today since I got back from work. But that's about all I've been doing. Fuzzy, what have you been up to?
Oh man, I'm glad to be here with everyone. Glad we have Lauren here tonight as well. I've just been bopping around with Fee. We just went to the Grind premiere this past Saturday, or just this last Saturday, and got to be on set when they were doing the filming in the Pittsburgh area prior, and to be there at the Lamp Theater for the premiere was pretty cool as well. Other than that, playing some video games when the time permits, kind of deal. Battlefield 6 was in beta, so got to play Soldier again. But other than that, just looking forward to talking about some of the movies that Lauren is working on and some of the ones that we've seen that she's been in, and have a good time tonight. What about you, Fee?
So, same thing. But then while we're at this, world premiere, we go over to the local bar, which is literally right next door. And Megan, one of our crew members, Sadie, she's like, "Hey, you want to be in a music video?" So now this Saturday coming up, apparently we're going to Liverpool, Pennsylvania, and we are going to be in the Suicide Puppets music video. Hopefully, I get to die. So, Lauren, are you going to be in that too?
I am not.
You're not.
I'm not. No.
Oh,
I
that'd
should
so
be. Get me. Hey, I am always a
Are you
volunteer to
down
get.
for it? Are you down for it? Because
When would it be?
it's actually this Saturday. I think they want us there like around like 10 or 11 in the morning until 8 o'clock on
Okay.
August 16th.
Okay. Can I get
They
back to
said
you?
bring friends.
Hey. I mean, I could definitely get back to you. 1,000%.
Yeah, let me see if I can send you the link and stuff like that.
Oh,
But
please.
yeah, we're just apparently just everybody is showing up.
Oh my
They
God,
said more the
hitting me up.
merrier.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah. No. Definitely. I think I'm gonna be in Philly on Saturday anyway, so that's
Uh-huh.
perfect.
Nice.
But yeah, no. Send me the info.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah, I'll send it
we'll
to you.
commute. Yeah.
All right. So, tell us a little bit about what you've been doing.
Oh my, where do I start? My goodness. There's definitely a lot of projects that are, public and a lot of people are really hyped and really excited for. And recently there's been more projects that I can't necessarily talk about yet, but um 2026 is going to be amazing. And the rest of this year I'm gonna be filming a lot of stuff and traveling and all that great fun stuff. So it's a journey, and I love the horror industry. I love the genre. So anything related to horror, I'm a little girl when oh my god with horror. So I'm excited to be a part of.
All right. So, what I've seen that is listed on your IMDb, publicly, that's listed right now is, so you are Madison and Crimson Harvest.
Yes.
We also worked on that one. Um, Swine and Dine, which we could talk
Yes.
about because that one's already out. And then came a rainbow.
Yes.
We're also doing a podcast thing in that one. But
Okay.
you're Emily, and you
Yes.
also do the special effects makeup. And then let's see, Jason's Fury, Friday the 13th fan film, and First State of Fear. Those ones are in development. They're in the pre stages
Mm-hmm.
of it. So which one because we've all seen Swine and Dine, so we could definitely talk about
Oh, it's
that one.
amazing. Okay.
But is there any particular project that you happen to like that you've already done or you're really excited about?
I think Emily, then Kim Rainbow. I think that was one of my strongest performances. So that's definitely top five. Um, I think that the next film that is actually premiering, which if you guys are able to make it, you are more than invited. Show. So this is by Strange Films. This is gonna be premiering in Philly, end of September, and I filmed with Samantha. I'm not sure if she was at the Swine and Dine premiere,
Okay.
so you may have met her. So she was my co-star in that scene, and it was so much fun working with everybody. And that scene I think was great and hilarious. And there was a ton of improv, which as an actor I love improv. I think that it is one of the best ways to, bring someone's ideas via a script, right? And just make it 10 times more realistic. So that was really fun. I think definitely um, my character Kelly in John Ritter's Hollow. I can't say too much, but that was definitely intense, and that was a full day shoot. Um, a whole outdoor shoot. It was insane. Lots of blood, lots of blood.
Always.
Yeah, I think I really can't pinpoint a certain character or role that I've portrayed yet. I really they all hold a special place in my heart. Seriously. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, we do know Samantha. She is going to be helping us out in April with
Okay.
a short that I'm doing.
Oh, nice.
But I never asked you, what area are you local to?
So I am from South Jersey. So I can't really like I don't want to disclose too much, but just South Jersey. I'm like
Yeah,
maybe
that's a broad range. I
yeah.
lived in South Jersey for a very long time.
Yeah.
So I'm familiar with the area and stuff. But you do stuff in Philly, you do stuff.
Mhm.
How far would you go for a project? Independent project,
My
not big
goodness.
mainstream, because we know we're flying anywhere for that.
I think I mean I have driven to New York. I've driven to Philly. Um I honestly I think that any project that I'm involved with, big or small, if it requires travel, it's worth it. I think just to be able to work with like the team and
Mhm.
create something amazing that horror fans love, and horror fans are in the making of even making it, like it's worth the drive. So I think I would say probably New York would be like the longest trip because it's about like almost 2.5 hours
Well,
from where I am.
yeah, New York's a strange place. Even when you're in New York, it's
Hmm.
like each of the four boroughs is like worlds apart in some
Yeah,
cases.
yeah,
Right,
yeah.
Fuzzy? Being from Long Island.
Five boroughs.
Five boroughs. See, I don't know anything about New York compared to Fuzzy because Fuzzy lived there. Fuzzy saw his family there.
Hmm.
That's why we live where we live, because it's
Had to get
out by
away.
Hey,
No.
the city.
I'm the kind of person that like if there's a reason to go to New York, let's go to New York. If there's not a reason, I am staying home.
Yeah.
I am staying home.
So, anybody else have any other questions right now? Well, I'm thinking of another one.
I one that I have with you having an interest in like horror films and things like that. What was the first horror film that caught your attention as a viewer that maybe one of your favorites or just got you into that genre as a whole? What movie would that be?
I would have to say growing up I was very it doesn't sound so weird, considering I get, covered in blood, almost every month. But, growing up, I was actually, like, afraid to watch horror movies. I was
Mhm.
very, like, I didn't wanna touch that territory. I was always, like, Disney, Monster High was maybe the closest thing I got to it. But, of course, going into my teenage years, I started watching horror, and my first one was Carrie, the remake specifically.
Okay.
And I know it gets a lot of, can I say shit?
That's
Yeah.
fine.
Okay. I know that remake gets a lot of like shit, but that was the first thing that I watched. And then right after that it was The Conjuring, and then you had one thing after that. But Carrie, for one, my favorite Scream.
Oh, wow.
Specifically the original. I don't the other ones following after, I'll sit through it, but it's not my
Matt's missing this.
Yeah. He's a
He adores
huge
Scream.
Scream fan. But
Yeah.
he will appreciate that you like the first one, because in all honesty, that one, it was like an instant classic for the most
Yeah.
part. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think anybody's been able to catch that kind of lightning in the bottle since type
Right.
of deal.
No, I agree. Yeah.
But yeah, that's awesome list.
What about you guys? What are your like hot takes horror? Like, what's a movie that maybe like not a people like not a lot of people like, but you personally like it?
Ooh. I'll start with the 20. Well, it some people may not consider it horror. I still consider it zombie, and I still consider it horror, and that
Okay.
would be 28 Days Later.
I have
Because
not
I'm a
seen it
huge
yet.
zombie fan, even though I know Dawn of the Dead did the fast zombies as well, but just that type of film where pretty much you are always on the run or always on the move away from a threat type of thing. That one really caught my attention. Now there's been zombie movies that have caught my attention prior, but 28 Days Later is the one that really sticks with me, and Dawn of the Dead is not too far off as well.
I haven't seen 28 Days Later. I have to see it. I've been hearing the buzz about it. I gotta. Do you recommend it? If you recommend it, then I will
Oh, absolutely.
sit
Yeah,
down and I will grab popcorn.
So how you feel about Scream and things like that? It was the same thing for kind of like the zombies. It was a new way of looking at it. So a lot of people love it for that, for being so new and so fresh and not being like everything else. So, that's how we like it. So, but are you looking for outside of horror to do things, or are you just mainly looking in horror?
So right now, I'm in horror. I think I've done Dope Thief, which was not horror at all. And some of the voice acting I've done was also not horror. So I do think I absolutely could stem out. But at this current moment, it's kind of like I'm in a little horror bubble.
Yeah, I mean, I personally like horror. I like doing horror and stuff like that. But, I just want to see, where your direction is going as well, because, I mean, you might want to step out of horror at some point, right?
Yeah, I think so. I do. I do know I'm very versatile, so I could, very well continue to go down horror. Um, but of course, if opportunities present themselves, then whatever happens. I think maybe I can't even think. Maybe like mystery and thrillers, maybe. Um, I don't know. I just think that my like strongest performance. I cannot talk today. My God, my strongest performances um is through emotional range. So I could really go from 0 to 100 very quickly. And I think that with horror, it's so easy to bring that out because of how much screaming and
Mhm.
you guys know. So I think horror is kind of the lane I'm going towards now. But I think definitely, once as it is, as doors are opening, if something else opens that's maybe not horror, I would of course like consider it.
So did you always want to be an actress, or now I saw special effects makeup on there. So I mean, do you just want to stay an actress? Are you planning on doing other things?
So at this current moment, my full-time job is acting. Acting. I never grew up wanting to be an actress. I never really like saw that as my plan. But I think that when something's meant to be, it finds you, and I think that that's what happened with me. It found me, and I'm very happy, and I feel I feel really like the best part of my life right now because I'm able to, bring stories to life for a genre that I even love. So it's fun. I don't think of it as a job. It's fun.
So, can you tell us about that story in reference to how it found you?
Yes. So I ever since I was little, I've always been into art, loved makeup, loved designing, and I found myself into cosplay. And I would bring these characters to life, and I would dedicate months to even years creating costumes so specific, so like accurate, um that that's the one thing that people tell me is how like accurate the costumes are, and that's the best compliment in the world. So more and more skills I've learned, more characters I've done, I've brought them to conventions, and I would be performing as these characters as well, so I wouldn't just be dressed up, I would be acting as the character. So Harley Quinn, I would be in total character. There would not be a second that you would not catch me as Harley. And directors, that are at these conventions noticed me and said, "Hey, I want you to be in my project." And that's kind of how the ball started to roll. Um, and I still do cosplay. It's still one of my favorite hobbies, and I think that kind of laid the stepping stones for acting.
So, one thing that I was kind of curious about is obviously as you've been working in the industry and getting into these horror movies and stuff, has working in the horror side of things changed your experience of like fear in real life? Has it dulled you
Ooh.
to it or made you kind of desensitized, or has it made you more scared in certain ways?
Oh my, that's a great question. I think, hmm, that's honestly a tough question. I think that real life by itself is sometimes scary. I think that there's a lot of scenarios and stuff with real life, but I think that with horror, I think, and I've heard, I've been told it, that people watch horror movies to kind of escape the real life, which
Sure.
I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know, but that's what I've been told. Um, I don't think it made me more scared. I think definitely watching as many horror movies as I have watched, I think it does desensitize you. I
Mhm.
think that even from my standpoint of being behind the scenes and knowing what goes on, I still think that I see it in a different POV now because any gory situation, any kill, any whatever the case may be, I really think I don't watch it and be like, "Oh, that's scary." I think like, "Oh, how did they do that? That's cool." So
Mm,
it doesn't really register the way it used to because I used to be scared of horror movies, like I said. But no, I don't think they made me more scared. I think it's just kind of like, you know, maybe a little desensitized. I do think. Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
That actually does bring up another question. I'm gonna sneak another one in. Sorry.
Okay. No, you're
Uh,
fine.
so so with that being said, as we're talking about some of that fear in real life, have you ever brought any nightmares home with you in the process of some of these roles that have been given to you?
Mm, hmm. There was one. There was one, and it was for the Psychic Files by Wes Clark. So my character Lola.
Mm.
I can't go super into detail about it, about the role in the scene, but basically it brought out some claustrophobic
Oh,
senses in
okay.
me.
Sure.
Um, yeah, so the scene wasn't supposed to be, nothing to do with claustrophobia, but the way we had to film it, and the situation to have it be filmed, I got a little like I got a little claustrophobic. So now I'm like kind of on board about that. So yeah, I'm gonna
Okay.
thank the director for that one. but but no, I think that's like the only fear or anything that came from it.
Nice. Nice. Fuzzy, you there, bud? Oh, he muted.
Sorry, I had it on mute.
I had mine on
It's all
mute.
good.
Ask as many questions as you want, guys. Come on. I can't be the only one.
Oh, I well,
I promise I'm an interesting person, guys. Come on. Come
We
on.
want stories.
I'm gonna go with my normal go to as far as being the gamer as well as into horror.
Ooh.
Are there any horror games that you're into or that you've played that have caught, or recently seen that have caught your attention, or not into gaming at all kind of thing?
Oh no, I'm one of the biggest gamers you'll ever meet. Yeah.
Nice.
Awesome.
One of the biggest gamers. I think the classic one that pisses a lot of people off, and then a lot of people love it, but then they also hate it because they love it. Dead by
Mhm.
Daylight.
Okay.
Mm.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
like that one.
You
I
do.
really liked it.
Listen, I could play that game for however long, and I don't get angry, but that game, good lord. The people on there, like, just, oh god. I walk away, like, I'm done playing, and I'm like, you know what? For the first time in my life, I'm actually happy to not have put, 500 hours into a video game. I'm like, yep, I'm good. An hour for me is good with that game.
Mhm.
So yeah, definitely Dead by Daylight. I mean, Five Nights at Freddy's is a classic.
Okay.
Yandere Simulator. That was something I grew up with, which is cool because that was, now I'm involved with it, which is super cool.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think those are like my main three. But I think Dead by Daylight's probably the most popular horror game, unless I'm not thinking of any right now. Do you guys know any of that I'm not thinking of?
Oh well,
Oh man.
the one series that I keep teasing my wife. I think the gaming series is better than the movie series, and that's Resident Evil.
Yeah.
But that's
Mm,
one that I kind of have a love hate deal with as well, because there are
yeah.
some of them that were great, and then some of them that were
Some of
not
them are
so
a
great.
flop. Yeah, some of them
Yeah.
are a flop. Yeah.
But the newer ones being in like a first person perspective, definitely ratcheted up the fear factor,
Yeah,
or the jump scares. Oh, you turn a corner or you open this door and it's like,
right.
oh yeah, there's a werewolf ready to eat you, or a crazy family member that's trying to hack you up with a hatchet or
Right.
something. So yeah, they've definitely come into their own with the Resident Evil series, at least for the games. But
Yeah.
the movies weren't bad, but it feels like they pale in comparison, especially the later ones, to the game itself. So yeah.
Yeah. I think the games are more, please correct me if I'm wrong. I think the games are more recent than the movies, right? They're
Yeah.
coming out more recently than the movies.
Yeah, and like I guess their original game is what they did a recent release. The most recent release of the movie, it was more like, I think, Resident Evil 2 with the police station
Okay.
and stuff. But yeah, the games are I think further ahead in the storyline and stuff like
Yeah.
that as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. A couple others I'd recommend if you can get a hold of them, if you play them on PC or wherever. Condemned, and then there's one called Fear. And those
Condemned
two,
and Fear, they're two separate?
yeah. So
Okay.
two separate series. Both really good, both made by a company named Monolith, which went on to
Okay.
do a couple Lord of the Rings things down the road. Not as nerdy as it
Nice.
sounds, I promise. They were actually non-nerdy Lord of the Rings games, surprisingly. But those I'd recommend as well. Those have some really good jump scares, some
Yeah.
really cool character development, but also just a real like a level of tension that ratchets up as you play those games that certain other games that have come out over the years have tried to emulate and just can't get that same effect.
Yeah, that's I feel that way about FNAF or Five Nights at Freddy's. I
Mhm.
think that I grew up with Five Nights at Freddy's when I was like maybe, I don't know, I was in middle school. Um and it's Five Nights at it's Five Nights at Freddy's. And no hate to these newer games, but like I think after maybe the third game, it kind of like fell off a little bit because it's no
Yeah.
longer Five Nights at Freddy's. It's like now it's like open world and like I don't know. It's no longer Five Nights at Freddy's. That's all I know. So I get what you're saying with that. Yeah.
So I have a question, because
Okay.
you are a gamer, and I have two gamers on here. I'm not a big gamer, but I might play the Hellraiser game that comes out. I
Yes.
might. See, they're
I
getting already excited.
yeah.
But my question is,
I've heard some stuff about it. Yeah.
so my question is, being a gamer, when these horror movies come out and you've already played the games, what is your take on the movies? Like, how do you view the movies?
I think I try to take them with a grain of salt. Only reason I say that is because, for example, these games are classic, and now they're trying to make movies based off of the game or based off the book, whatever the case may be. I think that they do tend to go a different direction with movies. I don't know why they tend to go a totally different direction. Um, but with the games, I think the games are the games. I think you could always, for example, you could always go back to like Bending an Ink Machine and play them. You could always go back to all these different games and play them. But I think with the movies, it's a totally example FNAF again. It's a totally different storyline. It's like they totally redirect it. I'm hoping the second one is better. I was not a super big fan of the first one. So I hope the second one was better. But again, I just try to take it with a grain of salt.
So I want to go back to your voice acting a little bit, and I wanted to see do you have a process that you use for when you're finding the right voice for a character?
So, oh my gosh. Okay, so these are good questions, you guys. My gosh. Um, I think it really depends on the character. I think that for Marilyn, the one role that I did, it was kind of just me. And I could have easily went totally different, ways with that. I could have went in a British accent, I could have done so many different things, but I just kind of stayed me. Um, for Yandere Simulator, I think I was directed to kind of imitate the original voice actor, so that was
Okay.
easy. But yeah, it all varies. It all really varies.
So when you're doing voices and stuff, because I've found myself doing this all the time when I'm doing voices, is it's one thing to target in that voice to get it right locked where you want it. But have you ever looked in the mirror when you're doing the voices and seen just how goofy some of the facial expressions become as you're trying to do the voices?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Oh
Wanted
yeah.
to make sure it wasn't just me.
No, not at all. No, no, no. I think I probably like have talked about this before because I have to record this at one point in my life. The next role I have, voice acting, I have to do it. Literally in the closet, microphone, blanket, bottle of water. It's a sight that like nobody sees. And for characters like Ayano, which are sadistic psychopaths, like you just hear me
Mhm.
sadistically laughing on the top of my lungs in a closet. So, um, yeah, I'm glad that nobody has seen that. But yeah, no, I can only imagine. I can only imagine.
That's I see you're doing it the right way too, because that's almost the most ideal recording environment is
Yeah.
just a closet with a bunch of clothes and just silenced away from everything else. You
Yes.
get some of the best acoustics in there too.
Yeah. 1,000%. Yeah. And it's all remote, which I think is awesome.
Right. Right.
So far I haven't had a role where I've had to go in person. But who's to say I won't? But for what I have done, it's all been the closet, the wonderful closet.
Do you sometimes find remote roles to be difficult or easier than in person?
Hmm. I think a little easier. I think for some of the roles that are also coming up, they will be remote. Um, so I think it's easier because with like the physical on set, there's a lot that goes on, and you gotta always remember your lines, and you always gotta practice, and you could be working for 12, 8 to 12-hour days. It's insane. Remote work is easier only because you could take breaks when you want, you could record when you want. You can go to the bathroom, you can do whatever you got to do, you can come back and record and do whatever you got to do. So yeah, definitely easier.
It's also a lot easier to edit yourself as you go. So like if
Yes.
you have those errors and stuff, I don't know if you do the clap technique, right? But if you
No.
mess
No.
up, you do a clap, so that way when you're going back through looking your recording, you see that pitch change. So that way you know where to go back so you can delete it.
I like that. I like that.
So another question I do have for you on that
Okay.
is there a certain dream role that you've wanted to do that you just haven't had the chance to voice yet? Like, is there that pie in the sky one that you would love to do it?
I think for voice acting, Ayano. I
Mhm.
think that for that was it. Like that was it. Maybe some anime roles, maybe. But for actual like physically acting, my dream role is Harley. I would love
Okay.
to be like a very sadistic, nothing like, Margot Robbie and but something very like sadistic and just dark. I would want to like do that kind of variant.
And I'll throw another one in since I'm already chatting with you. Do you ever and this is going to be weird because again, I just want to make sure it's not just me.
Okay.
Do you ever use your character voices in like everyday life, like when you're ordering a coffee or you're grabbing a sandwich or something?
So no, but that would actually be comedic, actually. Like going to like Dunkin' or whatever and like just
Mhm.
being very dark and monotone and depressed and just start maniacally laughing. Like I think that would be great. That's a great idea. Oh my god. No, I have
It
not done that.
it takes them completely off guard.
Yeah.
If you ever get the opportunity and you're just feeling interested in messing with them, or if it's somewhere that you don't frequent regularly, so they're
Oh
not
my
like, oh, it's this person
god.
again. It's worth it. I
So
promise
it's
you.
like if I do it once, I can like never. I will have like embarrassment. I'll be like, yeah, I'll never go there again.
Well, or you start having people that are like, oh, it's that person. Do
It's that
this,
person.
do
Lock
this.
the doors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's nice when it's nice when it's a one off because you
Yeah.
can just
Yeah.
throw
Yeah. Yeah.
something out there, test to see how it's responded to, and just go. Right.
I maybe in like I don't know when I'm talking to like my friends or something or gaming or whatever the case may be, I might throw a line in there. It depends. But
Mm.
like I don't know, there really haven't been any situations where I've had to like maniacally laugh. I don't
We'll
want to
find
scare the
one.
straight people.
I have faith.
So yeah. Yeah.
Be in the line at the grocery store, just start maniacally laughing, and then watch how the line shortens and clears
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can use all my coupons, I'll be gone. Boop, here you go, boop, boop, gone. Bye.
Yeah, that's the opposite of what Fuzzy does in stores. He seems to, control a crowd every time he has a problem with something. Like, remember
I,
Subway?
I'll pick the the worst line. It'll
Mhm.
purposely be the long line, something like
Oh.
that. It doesn't start off that way.
And then he
It's
starts
like,
getting comedic about it. And
oh,
now we have a crowd just staring at us because they're laughing so hard.
Oh
that was
my
a Subway
god.
situation at lunchtime. Like, who at a Subway doesn't know that you're supposed to have bread for the sandwiches at lunch? Like, I think I went there at like 12:30 or so, and they
And they
had
had no
most of the
bread.
day.
They had no
Yeah,
bread.
no bread. I'm like, you had all
It's a rookie
day.
move.
Like, am I supposed to like just have the sandwich in my hands, like, or is it supposed to be like a salad in a bowl? And just like I was confused,
See
and I think a
that
lot of other
that
people were
right there
confused.
is that is a okay crash out. That is a accepted crash out. I confirm. I would be like, really? No bread? No bread? Come on. Their cookies are good though, so
True.
I can't hate too much.
Oh
But
yeah, they are.
the
Especially with the
cookies are good.
raspberry cheesecake.
Yeah,
But that's
Yeah, that's the one he
yeah.
always
that's
wants to
so
get.
good. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, that's why I
Uh
can never be a fit human being because of
oh
those cookies.
yeah, no, I am I love. I mean, obviously, I pulled away from it. Um, but I love like cookies and cheesecake and I don't know, but I used to like love sugar. Now I'm kind of pulling away from it, which is good.
Yeah.
But the Subway cookies, they're Shh.
Yeah.
Nobody knows that. But
just
everything
justify
else.
it. Say since it's at Subway, it's got to be good for you, right?
Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Sure.
You balance it out with the lettuce and the tomatoes on the
Oh
sandwich.
my
So
god.
Exactly.
it's a balancing act. Yeah.
You got to go to Subway and just ask for like a bowl of just the salad mix. Without the bread. Like, hey, can I have the sandwich, but without the bread? And they'll probably be like, yeah, if you go back there and get that at the same time. Yeah, no, we don't have bread anyways.
So I've actually done that recently. Because I was
What?
like, you know what? I'm just gonna cut out the carbs and I'm gonna see what it's
Okay.
like to have it as a salad. And I went up and the first person looked at me like I was an alien. The second person, because he's like, I don't know if we can do that. And so he asked his manager and she's like, oh yeah, we can do a protein bowl. I was like, oh, perfect. That's ideal. Like, but the first one looked at me like I had
You had 3 hits.
crossed
Yeah.
a line.
Yeah.
We're a
I'm
sandwich
so
shop.
sorry.
Why are you not asking for a bread?
Oh, it's
Well,
fine.
if you
It happens.
were in Europe, it wouldn't be a problem because they don't consider bread anyway. So
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
that's pretty bad when a whole country has a lawsuit against you as a company.
You know what? I could talk about food all day. It's not fun. Oh my god. I love food. Anyway, all right. Next.
So drawing you back in real quick. Back to voice work then.
Yes. Right.
In regards to the roles that you've played, has there been a role that's challenged you the most vocally or emotionally?
I think for Then Came a Rainbow. Only reason why I say that is because it was the first role that I really had to pull anything out like I've had to pull out. And I think that with there's different techniques to kind of hit that emotional range. There's you know the crying stick. I know there's that. If you really can't cry, like you put that in near your eyes. I would never do it because knowing me, um but there's different techniques. Not blinking for 30 seconds. Apparently you cry, whatever.
Yes.
I go the much more natural, realistic route, and I just think of like really sad stuff. And I get in the zone where I'm like, okay, you're supposed to cry. You're very upset, and you basically give yourself a panic attack. It doesn't sound good saying it now, but that's what gives you the best results on screen. So for Emily, um, you know, I had to, yeah, I had to pull out some dark feelings to get the emotional range I had to pull out. But Diane was very impressed by it, and the whole team was. So that's all that's all that matters, right?
It's awesome. It's
Yeah.
awesome.
So are you done filming for Then Came a Rainbow, or you still have to go back?
So I'm not sure. I believe that we're doing pickups in September.
Yes.
That's the last I know.
Yeah, she has she's doing the same at the same time as Crimson Harvest. So how do you deal with that, when a role is doing pickups at the same time or similar time as another one is, or even starting their filming?
So I've been in a situation where it'll be 1 week of filming or a few days of filming, and then the next day is another project. It really all comes down to just staying as organized as you can. I think that with the scheduling that I have, and everything is always one after another, which I'm very, blessed and I'm grateful for. I am. You got to stay organized because if not, I would be reading scripts and I'd be on one project reading for the other character and vice versa. So I guess staying organized, having everything planned out, times planned out, outfits planned out, whatever the case may be. You have to travel, pack, stuff like that. Just organization, I think, is the best way to deal with that.
Nice.
So for anybody that's getting into this, what would you say is the hardest parts? What would you kind of, say, hey, watch for this and things like that?
I think in this industry, I think that, you get an abundant love, and then you get people that are, don't have your best interest at heart, and people that, you know, take advantage of you, want to, be friends with you solely because of that. So, if you are getting in the industry, I recommend be careful with who you're involved with. And
Hmm.
that goes for, I guess, life, right? You got to be careful with who is in your circle and who you surround yourself with mentally and of course physically.
Mhm.
Staying safe. So, always protect your peace. Be careful with who you let in. Um and that's really, I think that's the main thing that I've learned
So, do you have any funny stories?
with acting.
Funny stories or stories like, I can't believe that happened.
Oh my goodness. Hmm. All right, there is one. There is one. I just thought of it. So, I think, well, two, actually, no, two. Two. One for the role of Emily for Then Came a Rainbow. So, it didn't end up being funny, but we were out for maybe 8 hours. Um, I mean, on maybe a couple breaks in between, but it was really, we were out in the sun for the majority of the role and the scene. And I had a black long sleeve shirt on. It went across, it was very pretty. So all over here was exposed, right? And it was like an overcast day, so it wasn't super duper sunny. And nobody thought to put sunscreen on. Um, because we were just so focused on filming.
Sound
And
like me.
and when I got inside, when the day was done, I went like this to like put my hair back, and I was like burning. So I actually still have it. Mind you, we filmed in like May. I still have a little bit of it. I was completely burned, blistering everything all over here. So that's amazing. But yeah, no, I think that was really funny because at the end it was just like, are you like really? Like really? Come on. So that was funny. Another thing was with my role of Kelly for Hollow. There was one more scene we had to film, and it involved, blood and timing. Really, that's what it was, timing to get this one shot. And we're ready to go, and he goes action, and it starts downpouring. We were outside, it was heavy downpouring, so we quickly filmed it. They got the cameras in and everything, but it was the last scene of the day too, and it just, I swear, action, it started pouring. And so the blood was messy and great, but yeah, that was just, it was ironic. It was,
Mhm.
life, right? there's probably more scenarios, but like I genuinely cannot, I don't know, either there's way too many or those are the two that really stand out.
Okay, so what is the shirt that you're wearing? Because I keep seeing the autograph or something, but I
Yeah.
can't see the whole picture.
Yeah.
So
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 this
what
is
is this
this
shirt?
is my merch.
Okay.
I
Okay.
just launched it last night. It's been doing very good. So my whole Wave 1 collection is out, which is really cool and super exciting. And yeah. So
Do you want to throw that link out there? We can always share it later as well.
yeah, it's just Lauren Alena on Bonfire.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Cool.
I think I really wanted to make the collection for everybody. So, I have fans of cosplay, I have fans of my influencing work and social media. And then of course I have the majority, horror fans. So I really wanted to adapt to everybody's variety, and I think that me and my team put together a really good list. I think
Awesome.
so. Hmm.
Awesome.
Yeah. I do want to ask you guys questions. Oh my gosh.
Uh,
Interrogation, my goodness. Um So, what are your what is your favorite horror movie to date? Yeah,
Oh,
all-time favorite.
okay. I'll go ahead and I'll throw out. So Halloween is always one that's
Mm.
stayed with me, just
Okay.
because I always really enjoyed the idea of the first Halloween, the idea of just a stranger coming out and doing these things to these people with really no rhyme or reason. Right?
Mm.
Like, oh, it's just a babysitter thing or something. But there's really no rhyme or reason as to why this person targeted those specific people, why
Right.
and when. Just happened to be, it was in the location where stuff happened to him as a child. And so the people that were around him suffered the consequences. And I always I liked that. And I always felt that it ended so well. The fact that, you end up with Loomis shooting
Right.
him off the balcony,
Right.
lands in the grass. Loomis looks away, and when he looks back, there's just a print in the grass.
Yeah.
And it just ends, and you hear him breathing as it like goes back to the different montage of all scenes that they were at throughout the movie.
Yeah.
And then that's it. And I thought that was extremely well executed. I've really enjoyed a lot of the other movies throughout the series as time's gone on, but I feel like that one still to this day just holds up so well because of how quick, like just in and out, delivers what it wanted to do, and then it
Right.
just gets out.
Yeah. I think all the originals are better. Hot
Yeah.
take, but it's I don't know. I love all the original. I love all the classics. So I get you
Yeah.
with that. Yeah.
Every now and then there's a good one that flips the script a little bit and makes it more modern or does a good job with that. But yeah, I agree. Usually the
Yeah.
originals are the best way to go.
Yeah. What about you guys?
What about you, Fuzzy? You want to make me guess?
Well, no, I'm trying to go with one outside of like the zombie genre for the most part. So it's
Yeah, we can't do that.
oh, if I have to stay within the zombie genre, you got Night of the Living Dead is up there because it being one of the originals and just that kind of got everything started. But I still put 28 Days Later up there just because of the rage zombie per se. That was a new twist on a fast moving zombie. But Night of the Living Dead, that's up there just because it kind of was the start of the genre as a whole.
Yeah.
And
I know
then
which
going
one your favorite is.
Hmm?
I know which one your favorite is. You just don't
Which
want to
one?
say it.
Which
Boy
one?
Scouts Guide to the Zombie Apocalypse.
Well, that one's up there. That's not my favorite, but it's definitely in the top 10. Like
Yeah.
the Boy Scouts Guide to Zombie Apocalypse, it just so much of it, everything from the singing to the weapons that they had to improvise, just everything about that is kind of like what you'd expect if a zombie apocalypse just happened to happen right around the corner while you're out camping, kind of thing. That
I gotta check this movie out now. You're hyping it up.
yeah,
You're
it's
hyping it
Very
out.
good.
That's the
it's
only
definitely a fun one.
See, this is why I know it's his favorite, because he doesn't fall asleep. He doesn't argue about it. He
There
doesn't
you go.
get frustrated. And every time I put it on, he does not complain. He'll actually sit down and watch it. So yeah.
I think that if you're totally locked into a movie, you don't talk.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like you're yeah. I mean, there's been a few films where I'm like, at the end of the movie, I'm just like then I'll have questions.
Mm-hmm.
Like the Ruins, the recent one. It was
Mhm.
great. And then I was like, wait, was that a movie just about killer, like, spoilers here? Was just about killer weed?
Yeah.
Like I was like, what? And I was like really confused. There are movies like that where I will watch it and then I'll be like, okay, and then it starts to sink in.
So
Yeah.
that was actually originally a book.
Yes.
There is a book.
Yeah.
Called The Ruins. It is slightly different. But yeah, I really liked it. I watched the movie before I read the book. I
only saw the movie.
Yeah, it was a little different at the time.
Okay.
Compared to what everything else was out at the time. So I think a lot of people liked it because it was new and different.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And what's
Killer
the Tucker
Weed.
and Dale
Loved it.
movie?
Loved
Tucker
it.
and Dale.
Tucker,
Tucker and
and
Dale
Dale.
versus Evil.
Yeah, versus Evil.
Yeah.
I don't think I
That's
saw
a
that
good
one.
too. Oh, it's so good.
Okay, so she's in the same boat as Cypher. You know, we always talk about these movies, and next thing you know, we always hear from Cypher. I haven't watched that one yet.
Okay, here we go. I'm gonna start
Yeah,
listing off.
yep.
Oh wait. Okay. Oh god. Oh, okay. I got a question for you, Cypher.
Mhm.
All right.
Okay.
You ready? You ready?
Yep, go for it.
Benny loves you.
No, nope. I haven't seen that. What?
Trying to think of more obscure. The banana splits.
Nope.
Oh my god.
This is gonna shake your faith in me as we do this.
Have you guys seen it? At least you, please.
I have seen parts of Benny.
Okay.
I've seen.
Yeah,
parts of
I wish I never watched it.
Yeah, I haven't even gotten to see the whole thing.
Yeah, you don't want to. Anyway, don't waste your time. Okay. Let me think of like really obscure. Oh my god. I swear I have a. The Belko experiment.
Oh, I did see that one.
Oh, there you go.
We got one, ladies and gentlemen. We got
own a
one.
copy of that one.
We got one. Okay,
Yep,
okay.
That one's sitting right next to Office Uprising.
Oh,
which was
okay.
Yeah.
Trying to think of like other. There's so many like smaller ones, and I always think they're better. Like I really do. There's some that I really enjoy.
Mhm.
Ready or Not.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Really good. Yep.
They're making a second one. I'm very excited.
Yes.
Are they really?
Very excited.
Oh.
They're making a second
Yeah.
with one of that. They're making a second what is it? Friday Night at Freddy's or something like that.
Five Nights at Freddy's, yeah.
Yeah,
I hope it's more horror. I do, because the first one,
It was slow.
I fell asleep.
It was
And
slow.
I don't fall asleep during movies. I'll say that right now. It was slow. It was a little corny.
Yeah.
But yet again, it's Blumhouse, so I guess it makes sense. I liked the original Megan.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The second one, I didn't see it yet, but
it's an action movie.
I don't want to. Yeah.
It's an action movie. It's not really much horror in it.
Yeah.
It's kind of like
Yeah.
it's kind of like going from Terminator 1 to Terminator 2.
I mean, it was good. It's just not horror. So if you were
Right.
expecting horror,
Yeah.
but if you go in there looking at it like, oh, I'm just watching a movie or I'm watching an action movie, you might actually like it because it did have good stuff in it. It did make sense. You know?
I get okay. Then maybe I will. I think it's probably coming out. Probably like, like you could probably stream it somewhere. I'm trying to think of like another one. What are some recent ones that you guys really have like loved? Because I have not been able to make myself into the movie theaters yet. I've been a busy bee, but I know of some of them. But
Smile 2.
Oh, I love Smile.
Smile 2 was so good.
Yeah.
Oh no, why are you giggling? Oh no. Do you have
I don't know. I just
I think she liked the first one more than the second one.
Yeah,
I'm the opposite. Ooh.
I just think the ending. I mean, they have to be able to get the third one right, and I know they're making the third one.
Yeah,
they have to get it right for the second one to have that ending as an awesome ending, and I'm just very apprehensive that they're not going to pull off the third one because they left it so big,
open-ended.
It's not just open-ended. It is just, I can just see the big concept that they were going for, and I don't know if they can pull that off.
I mean, I'm thinking of ways that they probably could, or at least maybe in like the first 20 minutes they could. But I think that definitely after the first 20 minutes of everybody, themselves, I think they're going to have to, again, stick to another character. They're going to have to find another protagonist. Yeah. They can't focus on how many people, thousands of people for a movie. That's insane. So I think I'm suspecting it's going to be the first 20 minutes. You're going to see a lot of massacre. And then someone's either going to see it and then boom, main protagonist. But yeah, I liked the first one, but I think the second one was stronger with more darker tones
Yes.
to it.
Yeah. Like the first 20 minutes of that second one sold me. It
Me
basically
too.
that's what locked me in the chair all the way
Yeah.
through. And then the dancers
Mm-hmm.
in her apartment, basically chasing her throughout the apartment.
Yeah. Hey, I
So
gotta give it up for the
Everything.
Voss water.
Yeah,
I,
right.
so
I saw
Fuzzy,
That
one. I
was
was out and I saw one, and I was like, "Oh my god!" Like that's the water. I was
Yeah.
like, "Oh my god!" I was like fangirling. But no, I watched an interview where she was saying that she actually got sick from
Mm.
drinking that much water, which
oh
makes
yeah,
Oh yeah,
sense.
oh yeah, oh
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
That's PSA. People do not drink too much water in a very
No,
short period of
right.
time. You
Yes.
actually
Yeah.
can die of water intoxication. There
Yes.
are actual people that have died,
Yeah.
unfortunately. So don't do that.
Yeah. I
You
don't know how they
you
did
do
that. I mean,
chug
with
the
how many
water.
takes they had
Like,
to do too. Like,
Yeah,
I have no
yeah.
idea.
yeah,
So
get some electrolytes in there too.
Yeah.
so Fuzzy originally did not watch Smile 1 all the way through
Okay.
Yeah.
because of the cat.
The
I'm a cat
cat
And
person.
because of the
So
cat.
when she
and
gives it as a gift
Smile
to
one or Smile two?
Smile
Smile
1.
One,
One,
Smile
where
one.
she gives
The,
it to like her, I guess that would be her
that's the
nephew. She was going to give
the
him a
nephew's birthday
train,
gift.
but she packaged up the cat in the gift box to give to the kid. And me being the cat person I am, I'm
I
like, I
don't
could see what
You
was
don't
going to
remember that
happen.
part?
I don't remember. I
Yeah.
don't
Go
remember much of Smile one, honest to
Yeah.
God.
Well,
Mhm.
go back and watch over that. It's
Yeah.
yeah. Or you could probably just Google
Cat
Smile
scene.
1 cat scene.
Yeah.
But yeah, he turned it off after that.
Oh.
Or maybe even right before, I can't remember.
Yeah,
And
no. I don't like animal abuse in
yeah,
movies.
yeah.
I think I think that you could pull, just to wrap up. I know we gotta wrap up, but I think that you could get scares and fear and
Mhm.
out of people without harming animals. I don't
Yeah.
know.
absolutely.
I think with that, I think with please tell me if I'm wrong. There's a line, and I think that it just sometimes it just goes over the line just a bit.
Well,
Yeah.
Kane Hodder was in that position where he's like,
I heard
"Well,
about
we
that.
want you to kick the dog," and he's like, "Yeah, he wouldn't do that. My character
Yeah,
wouldn't do that."
yeah,
I'm
Mhm.
like,
yeah.
good for him.
Good for him. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah,
It,
we do have to wrap up and everything.
Mhm.
So anything you want to say before we end?
Thank you guys so much for having me. I had a lot of fun talking about horror and Subway.
Conversation's never complete without a little bit of Subway talk.
Nah, a little bit
Yeah.
of chocolate chip cookie. Nope.
Yeah, no.
So let's quickly do some outros. Fuzzy, you want to go first?
Sure. This was an awesome podcast and interview. Love talking about like some of the stuff that you're working on and some of the stuff that we can look forward to being released here soon. And it was great talking with you. Didn't get to dive into Swine and Dine as much, but all in all, great time tonight. For you know, for those that want to know or hear my rambles and rants on anything movie or gaming related, they can just do a search for Fuzzy Belvedere on the internet. They'll be able to find me. But thank you so much, Lauren, for joining us. And
Yeah.
let me get Cypher. Hey, Cypher, go ahead and do your outro as well.
All right. Well, Lauren, yes, thank you so much for joining us this evening. Really appreciate getting to talk with you, getting to know you a little bit. Look forward to seeing your rise into stardom, be it horror or action or whatever you decide you want to do in the future.
Thank you.
But no, in all seriousness, it was great talking to you, and wish you all the best on all the future endeavors.
Thank you.
Besides obviously hanging out with you guys on Fridays, you can catch me Wednesdays at Xbox International. Find me on social media at Silent Cypher. Yeah, that's probably going to be about it for now. But again, thank you, Lauren.
Thank you guys.
All right. So, Lauren, if you can just quickly say anything that's big coming up for you.
Ooh. Guess you guys are gonna have to follow me and see the journey yourself. There's a lot coming up, so I am gonna be posting a lot new big stuff. There's a few things coming up in these upcoming weeks. The merch, which is super huge. All these films that are coming up, the show premiere, filming next month, filming in October, November. So yeah, if you guys want to follow me, it's just at Lauren Alena. You guys can come join the ride and come along with the journey.
So,
And
are you just on Facebook and Instagram, or where
I'm
else?
on everything. I YouTube, Twitter. Do they even call it Twitter anymore? X, Twitter.
We call it Twitter.
Yeah. I mean, really, really anything. It's just Lauren Alena.
So, yeah, send us the link for for the Philly what is it, Chow or Cho?
Show. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
send us the information for that. I
Okay.
sent you the information for the suicide puppet thing.
Okay.
I sent you some screenshots and everything.
Okay.
Like I said, we didn't get through Swine and Dine, but it
Oh.
is out. If you guys want to take a look at it, I will find out how I can put up, how you can get DVDs and stuff like that for everybody.
Yes, there's digital downloads, I think too.
Yes.
So.
Nice.
So,
Nice.
Yep. So I'll put that information up for everybody as well. But thank you, everybody. Whatever Fuzzy's doing, I'm pretty much doing. So I rope him into things.
Like that.
But thank you, everybody, for checking us out, and appreciate it. Bye.
See you.